Evo jedan video u kojem ćemo čuti Davida Tonga, teorijskog fizičara sa Cambridgea, kakva je realnost svijeta u kojem živimo, kako on to proučava i vidjet ćemo da li ćemo biti iznenađeni na koji način on dolazi do svojih spoznaja. Pa pogledajmo.
Tonight, I'd like to tell you about one of the big questions in science. It's a question that goes back at least 2,500 years to the ancient Greeks. And it's a question that has been discussed in this room many, many times over the past 200 years. But it's an important question, and I think it's important that we revisit it. And the question is simply this. It's, what are we made of? What are the fundamental building blocks of nature that you and me and everything else in the universe are constructed? That's the story I'd like to tell you. So what I'd like to do is try and give you an overview of our current understanding. I'd also like to try and give you an overview of where we hope to go in the future, of what progress we can hope to make in the next few years and few decades. And we're going to cover quite a lot of ground in this talk, I should warn you now. Not least because I'm going to discuss every single thing in the universe, quite literally. We're going to talk, amongst other things, about what's happening at the world's most powerful particle collider. This is a machine that's called the Large Hadron Collider, or the LHC for short. It'll come up a lot in this talk. And it's a machine which is based underground in a place called CERN, which is just outside Geneva. We'll also talk about experiments in the last few years that look backwards in time towards the Big Bang, that give us some understanding about what was happening in the first few fractions of a second after time.
Dakle, šta je on to sad sve rekao? Naravno, spomenuo je Grke. I rekao je da oni imaju eksperimente kojima oni gledaju u prošlost. Da vide što se desilo u trenutku dijeliću sekunde Big Banga, što je stvarno uistinu sjajno. Pa evo, ja ga molim da ako može pogleda kako su piramide građene. Ako je kako moguće, to bi stvarno bilo, eto, lijepo s obzirom da su još ni dan danas to ne zna, ali znaju šta je bilo prije 14 godina, to može vidjeti, što je uistinu fenomenalno. Dakle, David Tong priča priču, a kako on to priča priču?
Itself started to exist. And on top of all this, I also want to give you some idea about the theoretical, abstract ideas, and even a little bit idea about the mathematics that underlies our current understanding of the universe. Because I'm a theoretical physicist, what I do is study the equations, try to understand the equations that govern the world we live in. And so I'd just like to give you a flavor of...
Dakle, on proučava jednadžbe, gleda u jednadžbe i stvara priču. Da, dobro ste čuli. On gleda u jednadžbe i stvara priču. Ajmo dalje. Ono što sad slijedi, molim vas da dobro pogledate, jer vidjet ćete nešto uistinu nevjerovatno. Feniks, rekao si u komentarima, si napisao da nije istina i da je to čista glupost. Što sam ti rekao da ću ti pokazati, pa eto sad ćeš imati priliku vidjeti da li je to čista glupost ili to glupost nije. Pa krenimo. Feniks, pripremi se.
So that's what we have. We have an electron and two quarks. And, these aren't the fundamental building blocks that the Greeks had thought about, and they're certainly not the fundamental building blocks that the Victorians had thought about. But, the spirit of the issue really hasn't changed. The spirit is exactly what Democritus said 2,500 years ago. It's that there are like Lego bricks from which everything in the world is constructed. These Lego bricks are particles, and the particles are the electron and two quarks. It's a very nice picture. It's a very comforting picture. It's the picture we teach kids at school. It's the picture we even teach our students in undergraduate university. And there's a problem with it. The problem is, it's a lie. It's a white lie. It's a white lie that we tell our children because, we don't want to expose them to the difficult and horrible truth too early on. It makes it easy.
Ja mislim da svi koji imaju oči i uši sad su čuli nešto uistinu nevjerovatno. Znači, teorijski fizičar David Tong sa Cambridgea je upravo rekao da djecu u školi i studente na fakultetima uče laž, ali to je bijela laž. Nećemo ih opterećivati, učit ćemo ih laži, jer lakše je povjerovati kasnije. Dakle, da li nakon ovoga moramo više bilo šta reći? Feniks, bomberu, pričati priču je jedno, a baviti se eksperimentima u znanosti je drugo. Listeru, o tome mi pričamo, o tome mi govorimo. Možete li to shvatiti? Znači, gledati u jednadžbe i stvarati priču je super i vi ste s time oduševljeni, skačete do plafona, i to je vama realnost. Razmislite malo o tome.